All right, so what we're going to talk about, hey, if today I can give you 3 different kind of formal questions. Now, we have talked about the graphing form yesterday. We have talked about a table, but we never talk about equation. So I'm going to give you a situation where I give you equation, and you're going to have to use a right-hand approximation, left-hand approximation, and you're going to have to think, are they overestimate or underestimate? But drawing pictures is part of that strategy. So when you drawing pictures, that you need to understand that you can tell, are they over or under. So let's just say today, if I have, remember we talked about there are 3 different forms. One is the table, which is the most common thing that happen, which is a table. Second is the graph, right? So I can give you a graph. The third thing is, hey, the actual equation. And this one is actually makes a little bit more difficult. Well, actually, Alex, do you know how to do Riemann sum?
Do what?
Yesterday's homework?
A little bit. No.
Okay, you need it. Huh? You can ask Lyndon or make sure you understand it because it is easy part of the test. Okay, so equation. So today I'm going to give you an equation. So the equation is going to look like 4 to the x plus 3. And I'm going to say between 0 to 2. Right, between 0 to 2. So I won't use the a. I want you to figure out by finding the left Riemann sum approximation. Find out the left Riemann sum approximation using 4 equal subintervals. 4 subintervals. And describe or justify if is overestimation or underestimation. Okay, so this is the goal. So first of all, using left-hand approximation with a 4 equal subintervals. 4 equal subintervals. So let's try it. So what does that mean? Can you guys figure out what to do?
There's going to be 4 parts to this, right?
Yeah, you want to break 4 rectangles.
So, okay, I'm thinking we have to have the points 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5. And then there's also 2, but there's 4 spaces in between those.
So you don't use 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, yeah, so that's good. So what Stefano says, hey, let me construct a table, right? And he figure out that it's between 0 to 2. So the best way to think about is this equation of the width. The width equation is going to be the delta x over n. So delta x is 2 well, or b minus a over n. So which is, it's going to be 2 minus 0 over 4, so that's half. So that means each interval is going to be half increases. And then you can find out the output by plugging the equation. Does that make sense? Then you construct your own table. So now I give you an equation. You have to construct your own table. Is that okay?
Es que no entiendo por qué. O sea, porque 4 no 3. Why?
Makes sense?
Pensaba que estamos. Ya entendí lo que está tratando. Pensaba que estamos hablando de la ecuación. Es del.
How did you get how did that? It's not
4 to the power of x.
Oh, I thought it was 4 times that.
no, 4 to the power x. That's okay. Cameron's dyslexic.
Oh, wait. I made a mistake.
Eso fue lo que entendí. Qué bonito. Ah, no, espera. Porque, o sea, comienza, si esto es 0, bueno, esto es 1 half. 2, 1 half. Este 3, este 4, este 5. Y después solamente dice, por ejemplo, el 1 half. Para
Okay, so for now here, I will construct a table. I will say, hey, let me construct this. Who's that? No, then get it over. He's not that bad. All right, so I will construct the table. And so this table I can use for other situation as well. So if I plug in 0, what am I going to get?
4.
4, right? Some people put 3. Yeah, how
I
did
did
that?
it first.
I got one.
Oh my god. Anything to the 0 power is 1, dude. Can't believe?
Okay, so
Okay, if I have a half, that would be 5, right?
okay. 5.
Half power. 4 to the half power is 2.
It is. Okay. Yes.
And if it's a 1, then it's going to be 7. And 3 over 2 is 11. And 2 is, we don't need it, but we might need it for right endpoints, right? So then you can say 2 is going to be what? 19. Right. So then you're going to say, hey, I will have 4 sub-intervals. So each interval width is half times 4 plus half times 5 plus 1/2 times 7 plus 1/2 times 11. And that will be my right hand approximation. Now, is this overestimate or underestimate? What do you think? Yes.
Underestimate.
Why do you think it's underestimate?
Because all of like if you made the Riemann sum like the boxes, they would all be underneath the graph.
Right. So if I were to draw this, because now how would I explain to AP exam? So the AP exam wants you to explain in terms of calculus. How would I, using calculus, to explain why it's under approximation? Yes.
The value is less than if you took the integral of it.
That's not what they're looking for. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But that's not what they're looking for. So there is certain rubric they're looking for. So the rubric they're looking for is this. F prime of x is greater than 0. Why is f prime of x is greater than 0? Because the function's increasing, right? The function is increasing. Your estimation is going to be under approximation. So what they want is they don't want to say f of x is going up. They want to say, you know, the slope is positive. The slope is positive. In this case, that's why it's under approximate. Does that make sense? So this, you're going to say f prime of x is greater than 0. This will be a justification. So if you use left end, then that's why it's below, right? Now, if a function is decreasing, then your left end is going to be over approximation. If you think about it, if it's going down, right? This, when you draw it, it's going to be over the space. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, part B, I want you to do thing, but I want you to do Riemann sum. Okay, Riemann sum. And you're going to tell me, are we over or underestimate? So over or under?
Okay.
Right, over or under? And why are they over and under? Okay. But C is going to be different. C is going to be, hey, using trapezoid rule. And you're going to tell me, are they over or under? And justify. Okay. And part D, I'm going to ask you to use the midpoints. So midpoint can I use 4 sub-interval with a midpoint? Yes, but it's kind of hard using the table here. So I'm gonna ask you to, for midpoint, I'm gonna ask you use 2 sub-interval instead of 2 sub-interval instead of 4 sub-intervals. Okay, so you don't have to explain me are they over or under because it's very hard to justify. Are they over or under? Okay. Hmm? Depends how you draw it. So if you use a right Riemann sum and the function's increasing,
I think I'm using.
do you think it's over or under?
Oh, I think
Yes. Because the way you draw it based on the right end, you base on the higher low. But trapezoid is a little bit different. Trapezoid is depend on something else. Yes.
How many intervals do you want?
4. So some people is asking how many trapezoid. I want a 4 trapezoid.
Pero arriba.
And what are the y values too? For all increases.
So understand, are they over or under? It's very important on IP exam. I think this is the part that you don't have to understand too much calculus and get the points. Just understand the drawing. So drawing is a very, very key information. Okay. Right Riemann sum is gonna be what? That should be pretty easy. I don't know, it's 21, but are they overestimate or underestimate? It'll be over. It'll be over because the function's increasing. So if you think about it, I'm gonna use the right endpoint, right? Does that make sense? It's gonna be over the approximation. Does that make sense? When you draw it out, that's why you understand drawing more than important than math. So 1/2 times 1/2 times 11 plus 1/2 times 7 plus 1/2 times 5. And I think it's 5, 7, 30, 30, 42, 21. Is it 21? Okay. Now trapezoid rule. How do I figure out each trapezoid? Now trapezoid is going to be base 1 plus base 2. So 4 plus 5 over 2 times half plus 5 plus 7 over 2 times half plus 7 plus 11 over 2 times half. Is that okay? Plus 11 plus 19 over 2 times half. And I have no idea what is that. I think it's going to be 9, 12. I don't know. You can add up.
71.
71 over 4. Okay, so let me ask you. Huh? 69? Okay, I'll trust.
Be civil, please.
I trust Amelia. No?
Just Kevin, just calculate.
Yeah, 9 plus 12 plus 18 plus 30, right?
It's 71.
71?
Yes.
What?
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Numbers. 9 plus 12 plus 18 plus 30. That's weird. What's your digital numbers?
8 more good. How'd you get?
How do you do the math? Wait.
Give it mystery A. Now we have.
No, so that's C. So what is C?
30.
69.
I just need to add all the number. 4 plus 5 is 9.
He added it wrong.
So when you do the
Okay, so that doesn't matter that much, but you just need to know what's 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 21, 21, 28, 28, 39, 39, 69 over 41. Alex just didn't know how to add. Wait, did you do any, did you get this number wrong?
Like it was
0 and 4? If you plug in 0, you should get 4. Unless you get 3.
Yeah, all my numbers.
Oh, number.
I just did that.
Okay, so it's 69 over 4. So are they over or under approximation, and why? Are they over or under? It's actually over. It's actually over because the function is increasing like this, right? It's exponential growth, right? And if I were to just do 2, if you draw it, right? Do you see this? It's slightly over the actual. So that's called over approximation. Why is that over? Because due to concavity. Even if it's this way, it's still going to be over. Because it's concave up. So trapezoid is the only one. So make sure you understand this because easy question on AP exam. You can say f double prime of x is greater than 0. That's why if it's greater than 0, it's going to give you over approximation. Why? Because it's greater than 0. It doesn't matter increasing or decreasing. It's actually matter of the concavity. This concavity is concave up. So when you draw it, your approximation is going to be over. Is that okay? Because it's concave up. So if second derivative is greater than 0, it's concave up. So you have to say it's second derivative. So you want to justify to the greater, you're going to have to tell them says f double prime of x is greater than 0. Is that okay? Any questions? Okay, how about midpoint? Well, midpoint, I'm gonna use trapezoid, or I'm gonna use two midpoints. So that means each width is not gonna be half. Each width is gonna be 1 instead. So it'll be 1 times 5 plus 1 times 11. Because the width is 1 rather than half. Okay, so that's gonna be the 16. Okay. Now here's my question. Does that make sense? Does that why 16? Everybody get 16? Good. Now what happened is, I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna say, hey, I have a function going down like this, and it's concave up like this, okay? And I'm gonna use left end approximation. I'm gonna use the right end approximation. I'm gonna use trapezoid, and then compare the actual integrals. I want you to rank them from the smallest to the biggest. From the smallest to biggest, I want you to rank them. Which one is the approximation in terms of ranking? Smallest to the biggest in terms of approximation goes. Well, A stands for actual, T stands for trapezoid, left stands for left approximation, right stands for right approximation. Which one is going to be the smallest to the largest? In order. In order. I want you guys to think about it. I have this function. This is f of x. Huh? Yes.
Small approximation would be like if it's under.
Yeah, it'll be under, yeah. No, you don't need it. Midpoint's really hard to justify in terms of this case situation. Are they gonna be over or under? Which one? Which one's gonna be the smallest? Which one's gonna be biggest? You're gonna have to figure out. I think the best way to figure out is by drawing. You don't. There's no math. I think there's nothing to calculate with. So that's why drawing is more important than the actual math. If you understand the drawing, you can figure out the math, but also understand the conceptual questions. This is what conceptual question on AP exam is gonna be like. Max, what do you think? You're good at drawing, so what do you think? Don't listen to Madeline. Listen to yourself. Shh. Which one's gonna be the smallest or largest? Max?
Good question.
Give him a sec. Oh, you have a question?
Oh no, I was going to answer.
Yeah, because Max is good at drawing. Look at all this beautiful drawing that he drew on the board. So I want you to see if you can do the math drawing. Max, what do you think? What's the smallest? The left hand approximation or actual or trapezoid or right?
Smallest is honestly, I'm not too sure.
Come on, this is something you're strong on. Stefano next.
Right hand.
Why do you think the right hand is the smallest?
So okay. So
No,
here,
you cannot draw over there, but that thing doesn't work because I draw on my iPad.
Fine. All right. I don't trust myself with words, so I'm just gonna draw this. That's a poor line, but you get the idea. So we have squares, right? We have these squares, and it always aligns. It always aligns to this right-hand side of the square, right? So we have multiple squares here. Let's say we have a bit squares there. It always aligns to the right-hand side, and as you can see, the lines down here are less than what the actual approximation is.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking of, the next one is
Hold on, let other people do the next one. But you did good on the right.
okay.
What do you think the next one is, Alex? It should be actual.
Both of the other ones would be over. It's concave out for trapezoid, and then left hand would be also over.
Okay, so the actual is gonna be the next. So what will be the one after that? Kimberly, why do you think trapezoid? Okay, yeah. So if you're right, is you had to base on drawing because actual is gonna be like, so this is a right end, right? This is a right end, right? And this is the actual, which is this, and the trapezoid is gonna be something like this, slightly over, right? And the last one is gonna be the left, because left is gonna be all the way here. And that's it. This is the understanding. So you can understand how they work. But remember, trapezoid, you can justify only concavity. Left end and right end, you can justify by the increasing or decreasing, which is f prime of x is greater than 0 or f prime of x less than 0. On AP exam or my test, you have to write down f prime of x is greater than 0 or f prime of x is less than 0 for left and right. For the trapezoid, you have to say f double prime of x is greater than 0 or less than 0. That's your justification, right? You cannot show me the drawing. Drawing is not justification, but the mathematical analysis is your justification. That's how you score easy points. All those are easy points on the AP exam. Okay. I already posted homework on that. Those ones with answers. Meanwhile, I want you guys to try out this link, and I want to see what kind of problem is occurring. So this is the link on your cell phone, because on your computer might not work.
Yeah.
On your computer, it's gonna ask you what age is it. So I want to see. Can somebody using their phone and try this link out? Don't worry, I'm not gonna kidnap you.
I'm gonna type up. I'm gonna use the essential thing known as typing.
I need to find out what kind of mistake. Now, do not refresh your link. If you refresh your link, they will restart. So do not refresh your link.
4, 5, 4, 9, 5. That means it's a long there. Looks like you're not connected.
Okay, if you guys would be kind enough to help me try this link, I'm trying to make this app work, but we need to find out what kind of problem they are. Okay, I'm gonna log in now. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go back.
What do I have? Angry Birds Epic as a username. What does Angry Birds Epic have to do?
Is it 6 or 8?
Let me make it bigger. Hold on. This the bottom one. The bottom one. Wait, the bottom one, the bottommost one. Sorry, this one. This one here. Sorry, this one. Do you use that one?
Are you stealing our personal time?
Yeah, I'm not stealing your information. Trust me.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I want to steal your information, Cameron. I just way want to be like you. Okay, I'm gonna log in now.
Join the novice one.
Go to novice. Yeah, go to novice.
If he's easy against me, it would be like
No, you cannot start a match yet. Don't start a match. You start a match.
It's like this.
Wait, how come it's only 2 people?
It's not like the answer are paid.
Huh?
Won't let me join.
You're on the wrong link.
Wait, you on this link? 5628.
No, that's the wrong link. That's the reply. It's the top link.
Wait, how?
You need to click the top link because that's the forwarded message.
Wait, it's this thing or this thing?
are we two
The
different?
top one.
The top one? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But this one's a later date though. You don't see anybody? You on this link or this link?
Yeah, the top one. I'm sure. 100%.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, let me try the top one. The top one is the wrong
Because
one.
I think you did technically incorrect. You did type it.
Oh, maybe the people is on the bottom one. Hold on a second. Okay, let's try the bottom.
one is the message that you replied to, which is an older version.
Yeah.
Let's try the bottom one then.
Good. So this.
Oh, wait. So you want to do the bottom one? Or?
Yeah, try the bottom one.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we have 1 minute.
Nobody helping me.
I was gonna.
All right. Well, we gonna verse each other.
My phone's off.
Your phone's off.
I told everyone.
Yeah. We go back. Oh, it's on you.
I have to. I'll show you.
Approximation. This is what it's this.
See you.